Heh. Also, we're back with this Final Fantasy VIII initial level run. And, we're not too far from Galbadia Garden now.
Yeah, I think with my, like, standard streamlined approach to these playthroughs, I don't think this will take, like, that long.
Sick.
Hopefully we'll get to this 2 today. Maybe.
Well, Trevor earlier said that he was doing the, a optional area that's way deep in the game, so I'm like, well, he's pretty far.
Yeah.
It's like being like, I don't know, it's like showing, FF7 just getting out of, Midgar, and then later in the day being like, man, Emerald Weapon's hard. It's like, yep. That's how late in the game it is.
I've been playing this for, like, 2 weeks, which for me, is a pretty long time.
I still haven't beaten FF9. But, my care is waning every second.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened last time, although I did get a little bit further this time. I never got to, like, the very end. But essentially, I could go fight Kuja right now, but I want to beat Ozma, but I'm also like, I don't care. I'll try to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, the problem is that Spencer accidentally used 2 accessories called pumice pieces, which are the perfect counter to Ozma, to create the pumice, which is the item that you need to get Garnet's like best Eidolon, but it's just not worth it at all. And Ozma himself does drop pumice anyway.
Shaking my head.
But not much you can do. But there's a lot of equipment that does absorb shadow and holy anyway, or light magic. Yeah, Ozma is all about like just knowing the ins and outs of that fight, otherwise you're just gonna get wrecked. If you go in all level 99 and you're nice paper, if you're immune to all stats effects and you're level 99, all he's gonna do, like every other turn, is cast Meteor, and whenever he casts Meteor, it's literally just a coin flip. Ozma's a bad super boss. Because you have to do all this crazy stuff to be like, okay, I'm gonna have one character at level 95, so he casts level 5 Death instead of Meteor, and I'm gonna have one character at level 96, so he casts level 4 Holy. And I have to be immune to like the really bad stuff, but I can't be immune to everything, or he won't cast like Berserk or Mini, which is why you want Auto Reflect on. Just, you do everything in your power for him not to use Meteor. Otherwise, every single Meteor is literally a coin flip if you just get one shot.
Yeah, I'm probably in level like mid-70s, and I'm like, oh man, do I really want to grind 20 more levels from this friggin' game?
I think you could do it, but it's gonna be rough.
Well, I didn't realize that if I kill all my other party members, that I gain way more experience for one of them.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just do that.
You gain 16 times the experience, which basically comes out to 4 times faster than doing it with... But yeah, if you equip like auto regen and something that's immune to electricity, you can solo Grand Dragons really easily. And soloing Grand Dragons is like 32,000 experience for one character. So when I was grinding to level 99, knowing how to do that, it's really not that bad.
Yeah. I was fighting them with all 4 characters, so it just takes forever.
Break, okay.
And what Trevor's doing is, he casts Break on these enemies that you have to fight. It stones them, essentially, and when you stone enemies, they do not give you experience.
Yeah. It basically, I said this last part, but it basically teaches, what am I even saying? It thinks that you, like, ran away from the battle, so you don't get any drops, you don't get any AP, just everything that, like, the same requisites as running away.
And bosses do not give experience. Any boss, I think, does not give experience. No. So, essentially, if we have any... He has Encounter None on, which is an ability you learn from Diablo, and it's, like, just the best. It's the best ability of all time. So he's only going to have to do that on forced encounters, which I can't imagine there's, like, too many of them.
No.
In the game, like...
The problem is that there's a type of Galbadia soldier, no, not Galbadia, I mean, the Esther, or however you pronounce it, soldier, where the grunts have like green tint, but the commanders have like a red tint, I think. And the red tint ones you can't break, and I don't know why, and you can't card them. So later on in this playthrough, even in this part, there's going to be a forced encounter where I have to kill one, but luckily in this case, they don't give experience, but when you have to fight them in Disc 3, it just gives experience. And I tried to figure out like so many ways to get around that fight, but it's forced. It's a Laguna flashback.
Wait, just quick question. Are you doing the stuff that helps you in the future, or are you just skipping that?
There's like an old key. There's 2 old keys I can get. Yeah, let's just do this, I guess.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't mean to interrupt, Trev, but I was just curious. There's stuff you do as Laguna now that later in the game will give you, like, minor bonuses.
There's some good stuff you can get. I forget exactly what, but there's some good accessories. Or, there's not accessories, but, like, items that teach, like, GF's abilities. I did this, like, a week ago, and I already kind of forget. But there's 2 items that there's 2 old keys that you can find that Laguna instantly misplaces, but they change the areas for Squall later on. But the place that we're in is actually a very plot-important, like, endgame place for Squall, and Laguna just happens to just stumble across it because he's the lucky idiot, or unlucky idiot.
That certainly sounds like Laguna.
Alright. I think I'm going... Okay, this is the way I'm supposed to go. I'm just going to make a save just in case.
Sorry, YouTube land, I just wanted to see this. I was like...
I was just going to skip it because...
I know, it's like, and you're strong enough and whatever. But this is something that people playing the game might not, like, know or do.
I'm just trying to remember where they are.
Whee! I like them running at times.
Yeah, at least I have ×3. Okay, here's the first one. So, old key. Oh, I feel it dropped on my butt.
How? Just how?
And the other one is... I think it's easier just for me to leave and then go up the ladder and then go down the other one.
Did you have to do that detonator thing?
No.
Is that for something later, too?
I think it opens up a different path for Squall as well.
Okay. This music is also goated. Very simple. Reminds me of... This could be an FF7 easily.
So this is the other ones right here.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, Laguna is like both the luckiest and unluckiest idiot. When you think about his life and what happens in these 20 years since these flashbacks, he kind of makes it, but also gets really, really, like, unfortunate... Go up. Really unfortunate things happening to him, especially as, like, a love life.
That feel when no GF? That feel when no, What was that girl's name? Gosh dang it. The one in Daling City.
I already don't remember.
Yeah. It's funny, I remember a lot of this game, but I thought this happened way later than what it does.
Yeah.
It's probably because as Squall, this is way later.
I think this place is called Lunatic Paradise, or Lunatic Paradox. And this is something that's very plot important later on, but Squall and gang can't actually, like, get this for a long time.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go.
Dude, with Encounter None, aren't you done now? So based. Just, it's like, my favorite type of RPGs are like Saga Frontier, the ones where you can avoid the battles if possible, or you can just be like FF8 and be like, hey, you just don't want to fight them? There you go. I'm not saying all battles, but like random encounters, like, come on.
And the game, like, actively, like, doesn't want you to fight things because level scaling is so in favor of the enemies rather than you. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do. I think I want to do Omega Weapon at level 100. Are these the guys that are immune to break? It isn't a 100% guarantee that the ones that are vulnerable will even, like, be affected by a break. No, okay. So the yellow and red ones are the grunts, and I think the ones that are immune to it are, like, teal.
Also, this music. Woo!
Alright, another grunt. Man, I am at the point in my playthrough that I have auto haste plus I can junction the speed. Even with FF8's like faster battle system, this feels so slow to me. It's like, hurry up.
Yeah, being used to FF9 now for a while, it's so slow that even this, I'm like, oh my god, this is so fast. Like, the thing about FF9 is that, like, the animations are the thing that take forever. I feel like in this, you choose to attack and you instantly attack. In FF9, it's like, sometimes I have all 4 commands in, and the first one hasn't even started yet. And I'm like, okay. And we're not talking about, like, long summon cutscenes or anything like that. It's just literally, it takes forever. And I'm not entirely sure why that is. Like, I'm not sure if that's...
Awesome.
Did you shoot yourself?
How do I change to the... Oh, this is the one I want. Okay. I did shoot myself. There's 2 modes of targeting, and this one is just so much better in every single way.
Wait, did you kill him?
Yeah, those are the ones that are immune to break.
Oh.
But it doesn't give it experience.
Oh!
But later on, when you do fight these things again, they do give experience. And like I was saying, I could not figure out a way. I tried everything. I tried even, like, casting Reflect on myself and then using Reflect Break to see if, like, that changed the property of Break, and that didn't work either. Alright, both of these are immune to breaks, so I'm just gonna go shoot them.
This is so weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's so weird for Trevor to just attack an enemy.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Story.
Uh-oh. Lady Luck.
So, I don't really understand this. So, Ward's, like, vocal cords get, like, messed up during that battle, and after this scene, Ward is a mute for the rest of the game. And it's like, why did they decide to do that? It's like, I just feel awful for him.
Yeah, I guess there could have been another way, like, oh, Ward broke his arm, and I don't know, but then they'd have to... So if they do, that's.
I'd almost feel better if Ward like lost an arm, not just broken arm, like lost an arm. I'd be like, well, it sucks, like that's horrible.
Yeah, but then they'd have to change the sprite.
Yeah.
Or the player model or whatever. With that, they're just like, hey, he doesn't talk anymore.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was so early. I knew about the Ward thing, but I didn't realize it was so early.
There's a lot of, there's only 5 Laguna flashbacks? I'm trying to think. We just did the second one. Then the third one is when Laguna wakes up in the village. Actually, there might only be... No, there's 5.
There's the base dragon one.
Yeah, there's the dragon one, and then the final 5th one.
That one is... The dragon one is goated.
One very weird thing about the... I'll probably talk about this when it actually happens, but depending on what Timber magazines you pick up as Squall, the Laguna flashbacks are actually a little bit different.
Oh, I never knew that.
Okay. So... Okay, so I don't load save yet.
How does that,
Ward won't be in that flashback. If you pick up the Timber magazine in the, Oh man, I forget what village it is. The northern, like the weird alien people. There's a Timber magazine there. If you pick it up, Ward won't be in the play flashback. It's so weird.
Wait, which flashback?
The fire dragon one.
Oh,
where they're shooting the movie.
Interesting. And why?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's such a weird setup.
Because I remember I was like, where's Ward? I was like, what happened? Did they change it in the remaster? I looked it up and it's literally yeah, you picked up the Timber magazine in that one place. It's like, oh.
So you pick up something and it makes it harder.
I guess so. It sucks because in that flashback you can draw both flare and meteor from that fire dragon.
Dang.
So I was like, man, I wish I wish I could have this.
So on this level you're not gonna pick it up, I'm guessing.
What? There's a hidden draw point right here.
Oh. You're not gonna pick up that Timber Maniacs or whatever.
It's already in my save file. I'm not messing with my
Oh,
save
gotcha. I love how they set up Galbadia Garden to be the exact opposite of Balamb Garden.
Yeah, even the music is super
it's clearly very sophisticated and new age. Clearly they're bigger, they have more money, but it doesn't have the soul of Balamb Garden.
By the way, notice how many times they do this setup where Squall and Gang are in a room and they have to wait for something to happen, and you just talk to NPCs and you're like, why are they making us wait? I swear it happens 3 times.
Yeah, is there a
and
reason
sit down
for that?
alone. I don't know. It's just,
I mean, it happens when you get to Renoa's dad, right?
Yeah, it happens again there, and it happens once or twice again in this too. It's why did they decide to do this over and over?
Yeah, sure, he sacrificed himself. Sorry, Quistis.
It's so weird that they're talking about Cypher being executed when, Cypher just, teleported away from the sorceress. How could they be sure that that happened at all? And the truth is, he wasn't executed, and no one knows where he is.
Oh, Renoa. Yikes. I mean, I understand 16, 17-year-olds, especially girls when it comes to, being boy crazy and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's
are pretty stupid, but, this does not make me Renoa anymore. It's I don't think he did that for the Forest Owls. I think he did that just because he's a huge jerk who wasn't thinking. And
yeah, there might have been a very faint infatuation going on, but yeah, I think it's just Cypher wanting to be his childhood dream of being a knight to anybody. Yeah,
and it's I don't think Cypher's necessarily a bad guy. He's definitely more he's not even really an anti-hero. He's just more of a loose cannon cop who doesn't play by the rules, essentially. But to just be I think I was in love. It's Renoa, they did literally write you like a 17-year-old. Because it would be oh.
Why did I have to walk around for so much?
I thought I was in love, and it's okay.
I won't have it!
Based! What if you were some guy the whole time who was just whatever, and then he said, I won't have it! That's based.
And then they never mention his weird outburst again.
Can you go right back in?
Yeah, probably.
Hey, sorry about that thing I said 1 second ago. Hey, Rajin. Whoa. Phasian in the HD remaster is waifu material.
Yeah, I think every remaster model looks really good, except for Squall. And Squall looks great.
It's funny because I once again feel 8... I mean, I know 9 has more of a artistic feel, but everyone looks better in 8 than 9. It's pretty interesting.
I do like 9 proportions. I've never been a huge fan of being full human anatomy.
super
like,
realistic.
Realistic,
and whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
I really do prefer 7 and 9's like approach to characters, but 8 is all right.
Yeah, 7, even though it had the graphics were very limited, they even had stuff like Barrett is like unreasonably big and stuff like that. That feel when no eye patch, silver-haired girlfriend that only yells one word.
Fujin and Raijin are just the weirdest characters.
They're pretty weird. The more you think about it, you're like, okay.
Like, they're Cypher's friends, and at one point they, like, betray Balamb Garden for him, but then instantly are like, we're gonna fix him. And then later they don't fix him and you fight them again. It's like, okay.
And Raijin, here they're waiting for someone again. Raijin is, like...
this time too.
He's the prototype for Waka in FF10, kinda. Like, he's not from an island, but he also... I think he says, you know, every time, and I kind of remember Waka saying stuff like that.
Yeah, he either says you know, or he hates Albert.
yeah, okay. I thought so. It's been a really long time since I played 10. So you have that, and then you have Fujin, who's just one word. I do not remember Martine.
The character that... I think he shows up for this one scene.
Maybe that's why. Is he the headmaster?
Yeah.
I like how he had to drive out, or had to have someone drive him out. Rich people do not walk.
Yeah, this is Galbadia Garden, which, like, they're supposed to be, like, neutral-ish, but he's, like, explaining that, like, the sorceress it plans to take over Galbadia Garden, so tensions are kind of high.
Wait, if we're getting to the end of Disc 1, that means I can talk about the conspiracy theory of FF8.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna talk about it.
Oh, based. I'm gonna hold off on that, but guys, it's probably gonna be in like maybe another video, maybe in the 2 videos from now. But just wait till we get to, what is it, Dayling City?
Yep.
The most useless character in any FF ever.
He has one job this entire playthrough, and he fails at it.
Well, but then after that, there's like legitimately like no like I don't remember much character development after that.
No.
Like he tries, he fails, dramatically, and then he has like a little bit of an arc where he's like, I need to fight with you guys and whatever.
He has a crush on Selfie. He's a womanizer, but he's a softie for Selfie. That's his character.
But there's like legitimately, I've been ragging on Amarant from FF9, but even Amarant has just as much story purpose, if not maybe more. I don't know. For a game where there's, well, let me put it this way: these 6 characters that are there right now,
Amarant like turns into a better person.
This is all of your 6 characters.
Yeah.
This early on, you don't get any more characters, and your 6th one is already to the point where you're like, wow, this is super unnecessary. Like, clearly, Squall, Renoa, very important. Zell, Quistis, pretty important, all things considered. Selfie, and then Irvine, completely unnecessary.
You can have Renoa, though. Irvine. There you go.
What? Should've just gave him all the girls.
Oi! If you do let him do that... Shut up. He'll be like, oh yeah, this is happening.
Oh yeah, this is happening. I don't know if you need to heal.
I do. Do I need to get a card? No, I don't.
Man, this sucks. What the crap?
Yeah. There's like 3,000 gil checkpoints, both to Timber and to Dayling City. It's the only time in the game that you need it, but it's like weird because gil is such a limited resource. I said this last part, but you can only get gil from either selling stuff or from your seed salary. No enemy in the entire game drops gil.
So if
humans.
if you didn't have the 3,000 at this point, you would just have to wait for your seed salary?
Yep.
Right? Because Galbadia doesn't have... I don't think it has a place you can sell, you know? So you just be like, oh, cool. I'll just wait for my seed salary.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think there is a shop in Galbadia Garden.
I assume that everyone, like, how much money do you have, like, now, just from casually playing?
Yeah. I am seed rank 20, which is pretty high early on.
Okay.
But even if you really, really suck and your seed rank is literally 1, your salary is still 3,000 gil.
Oh, okay, so you'd only have to wait max, like, what, 15 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know exactly. I want to say it's once every 10 minutes. It feels like it, but I don't know exactly how it works. I didn't look it up.
So that's not the worst thing. Zell, he is way better than Cypher. Get a grip. Irvine is literally me.
Yeah, Irvine is not a great teammate, or at least his first impressions are. But Cypher is, like, actively a detriment, while Irvine is just kind of unreliable.
Pardon me.
I dress like a stupid idiot.
That is what he says. Selfie. Wait, she turns to Squall, and she says, Squall, do you think love can bloom on a battlefield?
I want to say that Selfie's beating heart, she said that her heart was, like, racing or whatever. And it might be because she remembers Irvine. Spoilers! I'm not going to go into it, but I think they faintly remember each other.
We own our instincts. Yeah, I wear a cowboy hat, but also have a long ponytail. Get out of here. One or the other, Irvine! Ponytail or cowboy hat?
Not easy.
By the way, that I just want to thank myself for that Metal Gear Solid 1 reference. When I think Ocelot, oh my god, Otacon asked Snake if love can bloom on a battlefield. When he's talking about Sniper Wolf, who's also a sniper!
You know what game I would actually really like to see remade? It would be literally this game. Just to see how they adapt these weird cutscenes. And especially Squall's, like, inner monologuing, and just, like, how stupid every character is, this 2 onwards.
There's been a fair share of rumors for a couple of years now of an FF9 full remake, but I've never heard an FF8, like, remake.
Yeah, I mean, considering that they literally did a remaster for this, and they labeled it as remaster, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the chances of either 7 or 8 or 9 happening is pretty much 0, but I guess 9 has a better chance than 8. It'd just be so weird if they're like, here's a full remake. It's got to be like a kind of cheaper, like, you know, like PS3 graphics style remake.
Yeah. Yeah, not anything crazy like...
Like, if they go like full FF7 remake, it's like, they couldn't do it. There's just no way.
I do think that 8, although 7 definitely has much more staying power and would sell better, I do think 8 is, over the course of the years, has gotten a lot of love. So I think that they would make money on it, assuming they didn't put like $5 billion trillion into it. Because people do fondly remember 8.
Alright, if I did this right, this is really weird, especially in this remaster, but this guy is actually a playable triple triad player. And if I did this right, he'll have the Kyros card now. The first card that the Queen of Cards made when I gave Mini Mog to her is the Kyros card.
He's literally in the background!
Yeah, I don't know if...
How are you supposed to know? How are you supposed to know that?
I don't know if it's different for the original and not just the remaster, but it sure is annoying.
I like the general idea of you going up to someone. Hey, there you go. I like the idea of you going up to someone and asking them to play cards, right? And they say, "Oh, hey, you seem to know rules. Unfamiliar with this region. Do you want to play?" And you just say no. And you just keep, but then you keep asking. You're like, "Can we play?" And it's like, "Okay, you want to play with my rules?" No. And then eventually they go, "You want to play cards?"
Yeah.
I just like the general idea.
That's definitely what's happening too.
like imagine going to hold on, here's a shout out to Cards Next Door, and you just like someone's like, you're like, "Hey, you want to play Magic?" It's like, "Yeah, we're playing Commander. You want to play Commander?" And you just go, "No." You want to play Magic? Yeah, we're playing Commander. No. Okay, do you want to play whatever Magic you want to play? Yep, Legacy, thanks. You'd be like, oh my god. What? When, that's what I'm going to imagine if I ever, like, go into a place where people are playing cards. I'm just going to imagine, like, you walk into a new place, you're like, hey, you want to play? And the person would say, you seem to know rules unfamiliar with our region. This is Ephrata. We play, I don't know, Commander ×2 or whatever. I know nothing about Magic, but...
I know even less than Spencer.
I've played Magic probably 10 times in my life, and I don't own a single Magic card.
So we have to go to the Tomb of the Unknown King because Caraway just is forcing us to.